Hey, welcome back to another edition of the Ultimate ARK, the free DLCs. And today we are on the original DLC, the Center. The Center map was the first of the free DLCs released, and I have a lot of great memories from the Center, from playing on the Center map. And if you don't, well, maybe we'll make some today. Today's mission, we are going to look for a Basilosaurus. Now, in the last episode I was on Ragnarok, the levels there were just not good at all, and here you see they are much better on the Center. And that is one of the ways the Center distinguishes itself among all the maps. It does have better levels of dinos on this map generally than almost any other map. And I'm kind of looking here, continuing the theme, if I wanted to make a water taming pen where I might do it. Right now we're flying around the South Isle, which is where the blue obelisk is, and looking for a good level Basilosaurus. Also keeping an eye on drops. The drops tend to be a little better on this map as well, much better than the island, but I have not turned those up in my settings. Maybe I should. I might turn them up for fishing. We might do some fishing. And there on my left you can see the Skull Island, Volcano Island. Sometimes we just call it Batman Island. And you see the high pillars that are the hallmark of this Center map. So we're just kind of flying lazily around looking for and you can look down in the ocean. This ocean does look different than most of the other maps. Seems to be bluer, and it is a busy ocean. The Center map has more ocean probably than any of the other maps in the game. And so there's level 20. Okay. I said the levels tend to be better, but that doesn't mean that they're always going to be better. But we're getting a good view, an overall look at the Center. Behind Skull Island, you can see the redwoods. We are going to have to go in there at some point. I'm not looking forward to that, but that's what we're going to need to get the tributes if we're going to do the boss on this map. And just looking down and around. And we'll keep flying around, and then we'll jump. All right. So at this point, we have found our Basilosaurus, a 140. And so I'm hauling all of our team members. I don't want to take them into the ocean with me. So we're going to do a little building on one of these islands here that's close by. We're going to offload our dinos, do a little building, and stow some things away, get into our scuba gear, and then be ready to get into the Bassie taming. Now there is, I'm not going to pick this island because there is a level 150 Spino over there, and I'm not quite ready to deal with him yet. It'd be great to have him, but I'm not quite ready for him. But keep him in mind for a future episode. I think we might have to come back to get him. But we're going to move on down to another island and do some construction there and get based up. There we go. This is where we're going to go ahead and do our basing up. Let's meet the team. There we go. There's Josh. And there's ASG. And there's Kaya. And there's Vino. And there's an unnamed sheep. Another unnamed sheep. And Redbeard's Garage, who's going to be a real clutch tame today. You'll see why those sheep are unnamed. Actually, they could be named, because we are going to breed sheep. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and clear things out and do a little building here. And then we're going to cut back when we're a little farther along. Alright, so here we are. Yep. And I got things sped up a little bit here now, because we're going to get into some serious taming business. You look at all that mutton. Good news, bad news. And I had these set on breeding. So that was not one of the sheep I threw out. It was actually one of the offspring. So, and I forgot to turn the breeding off, and so I got a bunch here. But we're going to try to make do with what we have here. We're going to go ahead and cook some of our mutton. And I think I'm going to and I got to get my scuba gear. All ready to go. And then I've got to re-gear up a little bit. I'm going to take my shotgun and my long neck and net gun. I'm going to take all that stuff off, because you can't work in the water anyway. We're going to use crossbows. I just made a bunch of arrows for my crossbow. And of course, another thing about the center is it rains a lot. That was a real complaint about the map, that there's storms and rain several times a day. If you leave your crop plots out in the open, you never have to water them, because it's always raining. Alright, and I had put some of the meat in there, but we're going to fly a little closer to our target Basilo here. And come up on him. That's a level 15. That is not what we're after. And there's the 140. And there's a level 50. We'll go ahead and pick that up, because I don't have a mortar and pestle at the little base that I made. And we're just going to go ahead and unpack Redbeard's Garage and put a bunch of that mutton in there, and him, I don't have to worry about him eating it, because he's a pescivore, only eats fish. And then I'll take a bunch of it with me. I got a couple of cooked pieces there. And then mount up and go ahead and put on our scuba flippers, our tank, and our pants. And here we go. This is going to be a little bit of a long, and right away, the doggone eels. Alright, but I managed to stun him and eat him. But you see, look at the mobs. Tons and tons of sharks that I have to deal with before I can even get to the Basilo. The Basilosaurus is a passive tame. That means that I have to get off of my dino and swim up to him and feed him. in this shark-infested ocean. So I have to pretty much kill all of them. And you can just see it's just a massive battle. I do have things sped up, but I'm not cutting anything so that you can see just how long this battle goes on. And of course, we got to get rid of all that fish meat and just, I might keep a few arrows, but I'm going to get rid of everything except, alright, now I got to come in here and look at all those mantas. But Redbeard makes short work of them. Alright, finally, and you see the mutton in my inventory. Yeah, I didn't happen to notice that myself before I swam up and didn't have any. It had all spoiled. And that's the bad news about the mutton. And the thing about these basilos, every single thing is attracted to them. In a minute, I'm going to be mobbed by dolphins. Alright. And at the risk of them taking the food that is meant to go to the basilo, I'm going to have to deal with them as well. And you can see that everything from miles around is coming in. The Basilosaurus, that first bite, and this is true of most passive tames, after that first bite, you gotta wait quite a while before they're hungry for the second bite. Once you can get to the second bite, things go a lot quicker. But yeah, look at the mob of dolphins. So we're just gonna, now I'm trying to be careful that I don't hit my Basilosaurus. So I'm gonna just take the dolphins down. Sorry, Flipper. And yeah, he's not hungry yet. So I'm gonna take out my frustration on them. And on we go, and of course we're getting lots of fish meat, lots of other meat. But the stun function of the baryonyx is very, very useful. I mean, that is why this dino is the Basilosaurus team. And you see all of the mantises that were on that level 15, they all came over here to get on the level 140. So now I gotta redo this again. Alright, and you see I must have hit him because the taming is all gone. So now I'm gonna start all over. And I managed to get a feeding on him. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and put a tracker on. And look at back there, you see a mob on its way. Here come the sharks. And look how many there are. This is a battle and a half. And it's just me and old Redbeard. We are taking on, and look at the levels on these sharks. It's a 135. There's an 85. Another, that might be the same 135 that I'm chasing down. 55. And another 135. So the levels on this map are no joke. The ocean on the center map is no joke. And that's the way this entire taming went. It was a battle. I needed to come up here, get out of the water, and heal up my baryonyx. And baryonyxes do heal pretty fast. You force feed them fish meat, and they gain back their health pretty fast. So that's another good thing about them. The Baryonyx is a great addition to the team, and I got my cooked mutton that I'm going to go ahead and give him because I see that this raw mutton is about to spoil. And there's my Bacillo, and there's that manta ray that, you know, I don't want to hit my Bacillo, but that manta ray is sticking real close to him, and it does not want to aggro on me for some reason. Of course, that shark has no problems coming up on me. Alright, and ready to eat. So I'm just going to go ahead and attempt to get up on there. And here comes the manta. Alright, we're getting close. And yeah, there's no... I think we're probably using raw meat at this point. And just got to keep an eye on my Bacillo. I'm kind of looking for my island as well, in case I got to go back there. He's ready to eat again. But I got to fight off sharks again. And back and forth, back and forth. This is what we got to do. And they just mob in. Get them all tamed, and that, my buddy is really close. But I see a shark coming in. I managed to get that. So I'm about 1 feeding away. I've given him all my cooked mutton, and now we're just using regular meat. Putting it all into melee, all those extra levels that I'm getting. Yeah, he's one good feeding away. But I am having to watch the weight so I can keep up with him. And this really was a tough hit. The eel, the first time I got hit by the eel there was just one, but now there's two. And it's almost impossible for my poor, my Baryonyx is very bad, and it broke my air tank, so I'm in a little bit of trouble again. So here we go. We're gonna try to heal up my Baryonyx. Again, he heals up pretty fast, and I didn't take any damage off of that, I see, but my Baryonyx definitely just all of those sharks with their bleed attack and the eels really did a number. And the Baryonyx is not immune to the eel stun like the Basilosaurus is. That's why we need a Basilosaurus, because they are immune to the eels and the jellyfish. And we need those jellyfish to get biotoxin in order to get shocking trank darts, which is the next stage that we're going into. Alright, swap out, get my good air tank, get some more of that cooked mutton, heal up a little bit more. Now it's time to go back out. And I have my tracker on, so I know exactly where he is now. Let's get our tank on so we don't drown. And here we go. And I see where he's at. It looks like look at all those sharks coming in. I'm gonna try to get that feeding in though. That last feeding. Jumped up on my baryonyx just in time, but now there's a huge mob. But now I'm not alone anymore. My Basilosaurus joins in and hits well over 100. So between the stun attack of my baryonyx and the melee of that Basilosaurus, we make short work of that mob. And I might just use this team again in the future, because it really is. Got the baryonyx stun and the Basilosaurus hits hard. We made real short work of that mob compared to what I'd been doing this entire time. I already know what I'm going to name this guy. Named after my latest subscriber. So, welcome to the team, Mr. Dragoon. And we're back on our little island. I went ahead and packed up all of my dinos except for these sheep. And I think we're going to leave Redbeard here. I may regret that later, but we're going to leave him here with the sheep. And then there's the little thatch hut that I constructed. It's not finished yet. We'll see if I get a chance to finish it next time. But anyway, we're going to take all of the dinos back. We're going to put Josh back into his cupboard by the blue ob. We're going to fly to the blue ob. And there we are. We're back in the fog. It's not raining, it's foggy. And we will see you on the next one. Go ahead and give it a like if you like this episode. And subscribe if you like this series. And we'll catch you all on the next one. See you later, everybody.